Oh, wow. Recording in progress, right? I guess let's just say Ralph's at the podium now. Welcome, everybody. My name is Ralph Casals, town manager, town of Cutler Bay. I love this great turnout. It's better from noon to 1 than say 7 to 8 at night, right? So thank you again. My name is Ralph Casals, town manager, town of Cutler Bay. We're really excited today regarding this Legacy Park project. But before I start, I want to do some introductions. Back there in the camera, we have Rod Gibson, my communication manager. My executive assistant, Julia Hoare, holding the door. There you go. We have our building inspector, our building code compliance director, Santi, building inspector, Michael Hahn, our assistant public works director, Yanir. We have our town clerk back there, right? Mauricio, there you go. Hey, there you go. And Dan Goldberg there for our clerk's office. But before I start, I'd like to also recognize Councilmember Lord, who took time from her busy schedule to attend here today too. So Councilmember, if you could just come up, where's she? Oh, there she is. Report it.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. I love the turnout that we have here today. It was very important to me individually that we give our local businesses an opportunity to partake in this huge legacy project that we have. And I'm really, really pleased that you all have taken time out of your day to come here and learn about the process. And for those of you who are on Zoom, thank you for attending. As our flyer, and I hope everyone got one of these, as our flyer says at the bottom, this town, me individually, but our mayor and the rest of the members of this council, our town manager, our staff, we are committed to supporting our local economy and businesses. And so having all of you here is a pleasure. Thank you for coming. Back to you, Ralph. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Councilmember Lord. So just to provide a little bit of content, I know everybody's time is very valuable. The building that you're in right now used to be our building. We sold this building and the lot next door, right next to Mercedes-Benz. We did that. We call it as a land swap deal with the Garcia family. Has anybody been on Old Cutler Road, the new Publix? Right, you seen that big tarp area right next to Publix with all the nice white beachy sand? That's Legacy Park. We had to remediate it over $12.8 million. Don't get me started on that arsenic stuff. We had to remediate that. So now we're again entering into the stage that we're going to start doing some underground and vertical. But before that, want to just give you a brief history. We did the land swap deal. Then we went through an RFP process to select Salt Mickelson as our design team. They're teamed up with Michael Graves and EDSA. So we got the design team on this side. And then we did something unconventional that we said, we then selected our contractor, Kaufman Lynn. Design's not done yet, guys. So we already had the contract. They've been on board over a year and a half already. I call that the guys with the calculator and the girls with the calculator, right? As these architects are designing, these guys say, wait, hold on. What can and can't be built? So what the council did, as Councilmember Lord and the mayor and council, we developed a master plan that's here. Old Cutler's here. It's going to be a 3-story town hall. Okay, it's going to serve as our EOC. We're going to have a community center, a pool building, and a pool parking lot, and then the rest of it will be open area. So that kind of gives you the lay of the land. All that, and the reason why I have no hair, for $49.9 million. 49.9. We floated a bond several years ago that received over 68% approval for 37. You guys are contractors, right? Wait a minute. What's the difference there, right? Again, why no hair? So we're working through that gap financing that we're going to be doing. But most importantly, as Councilmember Lord mentioned, and as you folks have followed me, I'm very committed to try to support the local economy. Kaufman Lynn is our construction company. We made it a point that to have this meetings, to have give everybody the opportunity how to sign up through their process to be qualified as a subcontractor. Not only for Cutler Bay, Kaufman Lynn, commercial plug, sorry, Hans, I'm going to say in a second. They also have projects throughout, Dade, Brown, Monroe, and the state of Florida. If maybe not for this, but at least you have a nice meet and greet with Kaufman Lynn. So what did we do? So Cutler Bay, we only have 37 employees. That's it. 45,000 residents. So the first thing I had to do is hire an owner's rep. 4 years ago, you told me what an owner's rep is. I don't know. I don't know how to spell it. I don't know what an owner's rep is. So thank God we have an owner's rep, because in my crazy schedule, we have that. And Emma Jones from Stantec is our owner's rep. And if you follow us on our council meetings every single month, and Councilmember Lord will attest, the council gets an update from our owner's rep. So part of the next part of the agenda is that I'm going to hand it over to Emma Jones, our owner's rep, who's online, and then we'll go into the Kaufman Lynn. So Emma, are you online? There you go. She's on?
She's doing.
Oh, she's doing? Okay.
Good afternoon, everybody, or late morning as it may be. My name's Emma Jones. I'm the owner's rep for the town of Cutler Bay. It is my job to introduce you guys to the project, but I'm pretty sure Ralph really hasn't left me anything else to introduce. So I think, just a broad scope is 16-acre site, 4 acres are buildings and parking lot, and 12 acres are park. And Ralph's going to play Vanna for me right there. So we've got a three-story town hall. We've got a community center and a pool, and then obviously the parking associated with that, and then the 12 acres of park. And those 12 acres, there is, some golf cart parking. There's we'll call it a stage. It's not really a pavilion. Those types of items, and then there's a walking trail that goes around the perimeter. So happy to answer any other questions about this, but that's really the overview. Ralph gave you the great history of it. It's an exciting project. The Hans with Kaufman Lynn lives right down the road. We'll give you his address in case you need to find him. But no, in all seriousness, it's a terrific project. The council members are very engaged, and we're really looking forward to getting it going.
Yeah. And thank you, Emma. And even when we got to the point of selecting Kaufman Lynn, we went through an RFQ process, and we, vetted them, very competitive, and we were lucky to have them on board. And as Emma mentioned, we have Hans Nelson, and gas breaking news, he's now VP of Kaufman Lynn, right? So, so instead of being project executive. So Hans, welcome, please. I know you have your team online as well.
Yes.
Good afternoon, everyone. I've been doing this so much now, I feel like a politician, so I guess it fits me just right? Anyways, my name is Hans Nelson. Like Ralph just said, Vice President of Operation at Kaufman Lynn. So I'm here this morning just to tell you a little bit about Kaufman Lynn for those of you who are not familiar with the company. Kaufman Lynn has been in business for 36 years, providing construction management services in the Tri-County area and also on the west coast of Florida. So we were selected and awarded for the Legacy Park project. So Ralph mentioned it's been a year and a half since we've been going through design and also, cost estimates and trying to get us to that 49.9. So hence why you guys are here to learn a little bit more, and hopefully we'll get you bidding on this project. So throughout our 36 year of, existence, we've really championed partnering and really take initiative to work with local, small minority businesses. We've done it throughout, the Tri-County area, just like I mentioned. So that's nothing different, that's going to happen here with Legacy Park. We really want to partner with the local community. And we have Emily Jones and also Shelly Ross online. Emily is our estimating director. Shelly is our risk manager. They're going to go through the process, the bidding process, and also the pre-qualification process for Kaufman Lynn. Again, thank you for being here. Great turnout. And I look forward to talking to you guys and getting your proposals. Thank you. Emily, it's your show now.
Okay, can you guys hear me?
Okay.
Wonderful. Okay. So I'm going to walk you through kind of the bidding process a little bit. Any questions that you guys may have on the project specifically, we'd want to hold those and make sure you get those over specifically to the lead estimator that's working on your packages. That way we can gather those and get them documented appropriately and send the answers to everybody that's working on it. But I'm going to walk you through the process of getting the information that you need for putting together your bid and how to submit it. So I'm going to share my screen with you and hopefully, no, 1 second. Here we go. Nope. I can get this to work the right way. One moment. Screen 1, screen 2. Here we go. Okay, now you should be able to see the screen. So the flyer that was sent out to everyone, or that you may have had access to, will provide for you a QR code that you can access the information for this project. When you scan that QR code, it will take you to this site here. And I'm trying to move this out of the way. You'll be able to find the information and links to our Building Connected site, which is what we use for sending out ITBs, invitations to bid, and also for receiving those bids back in. When you click on that link, it will take you to a site like this. And so this is actually all of our bid opportunities that we currently have. As Ralph had mentioned, we have multiple projects. And so when you're in here, whether you decide to participate in the bid for Cutler Bay, or if there's some other ones in here that you're interested in, you can take a look at all of those. Once you find the one that you want, like on Cutler Bay, you can view that project and it will bring you to a screen like this. You'll be able to easily see up at the top when the bids are due to help you decide if you're going to be able to meet that timeline. And you'll see all of our bid packages that we have listed below. You can find the one that you're interested in, and then you can just join. You can add yourself to any of these bid packages. Once you do, you'll be brought to a landing page like this. It will give you an overview of the package that you are looking at. You'll be able to see on the Files tab all the plans and the specs, and also this pre-qualification folder, which has the bid workshop flyer that we were just looking at in it. It has an E-Verify affidavit that is also requested to be filled out and submitted along with your bid. And then also pre-qualification process enrollment flyer that Shelley will walk you through in just a little bit. You'll also be able to see messages here that have been sent out either to the package that you're working within or to the entire team. These are very important. They may have adjustments to dates or reminders or information regarding RFI answers that are coming back to you to take a look at. And then the bid form. So it's best to submit your bid through this Building Connected platform. And in doing so, you'll need to fill out and submit the bid form, and it will have some various breakdowns that we may be looking for. So this is the landscaping package. We're looking for a breakout between the landscaping, the irrigation, the installation, tax, and sub-bond if it's something that you have available. And there may be some alternates there that we're looking for. And then basically a scope check form here, and you'd want to go through and make sure you're checking off if you do or do not have included each one of these items. There'll be a section above that's all related specifically to your bid package. And then at the bottom, you'll see some general information related to everyone. So we want to make sure, you know, if the tax is included or not. Are you willing to and able to bond for the project? It's not necessarily a hard and fast requirement for the project, but we do need that information. And then if you are bondable, what's your bond rate? If you can provide us with a surety letter, that helps with the pre-qualification process go through quicker. And then we're just looking for the Compass pre-qualification if you have one already or not, or if we need to help you get through that process. We like to gather information on if you're an AGC member, and there's a link there if you want to join up. Also not a requirement, but it's good, great place to be. Just making sure you're filling out that E-Verify affidavit, and if you have any qualifications for your company for enterprise types, also not a requirement, just information. So this is where you will find everything and be able to submit your bid. You can also use this messaging to submit your questions, or you can go directly to the lead estimator that is in charge of your bid package. You'll see those here on this link when you come to it, to this landing page through the town. So just find your bid package and who's working on it, and there's a link directly there for you to contact the estimator that will be putting together the scope and receiving your bid and working on that. So that's a great way to submit over those scope-specific, project-specific questions that you may have. Let me see what else.
Is that it, Emily?
I think that's about it. Yes. If
Okay.
there's something you feel, I think so. Yes.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and introduce Shelley Ross, our risk manager. Like any other company, we have criteria to pre-qualify in order to bid on our projects, and our process is fairly simple. But Shelley will go over what that process is and what our criteria are for the project or any project that you want to bid on. Shelley?
Thanks, Hans. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So nice to meet you all. Look forward to working with you. As Hans said, I'm the risk manager for KL. Been in this industry for about 13 years now. So I am going to go through this pretty quickly, but absolutely feel free to reach out to me, and I'm happy to do a deeper dive with anybody and really drill down into the process a little bit more. I am going to go ahead and share my screen real quick. So you guys all should have seen the flyer. I believe it's posted on the website as well. This is just a general flyer that we send out to everybody, right here. And it basically just tells you the Compass link that you will use. That is a third-party program that we use to pre-qualify all of our subcontractors. I do say that we pre-qualify everybody to some degree, whether it's a $5,000 contract or a $10 million contract. Obviously, depending on scope and size, that can vary quite a bit. I work with Laura Ree. She works with me. She is our pre-qualification coordinator, so you all will become very familiar with her. Some of the basic documents that we look at, it's really classified into 3 groups. We look at basic company information. So that's kind of where you're going to start registering everything, your company name, how long you've been in business for, what your backlog looks like. Have you ever had any lawsuits, different things like that. Then we kind of go into the financial data, which we do like to see a copy of the financials. We do ask very specifically for either reviewed or audited financials that are on an accrual basis, not a cash basis. Now, when I say that, I know that some people only do internal financials and they may only do them on a cash basis. I don't want anybody to think that that will exclude them from this project. There are ways that we can work around things like that. We always do look at year-end statements if needed. We may ask for an AR aging report, things like that. We do ask, like Emily said, for bonding information. Specifically, we will ask for a currently dated bondability letter that references single and aggregate limits. It needs to be from the surety specifically. And if it's not from the surety, we will accept a bondability letter from your agent as long as it has a power of attorney attached to it. Again, like Emily said, I know that there are some scopes that they do not bond. So if that is the case with you, reach out to me. Let's have a conversation about it, and we can see if we can work around that. Then we pop over into the health and safety information. So what we're looking at is your EMR, just seeing how safe you are. Have you had any OSHA violations? What were they? Is it something we can work past? So those things collectively we have found protects us, protects the owner, just protects everybody in general. So we have a smooth project. We stick with our timeline and with the amount of money that we have to do that. So going down here, you can use this QR code you can scan it on your phone. You can get started with Compass. We do work very closely with a woman named Courtney Quinn. Compass is the same as Bespoke Metrics. So if you see both, know that those are one and the same. The way that they treat their relationship with subcontractors, because they are a third-party vendor that we use to pre-qual, is that they feel that they have a direct relationship with you. So we cannot do stuff for you on your profile, but we can certainly help you through the process and put you in contact with the right people if you're having any kind of trouble at all. From there, you have Laura Reese. Like I said, she's our pre-qual coordinator, works with KL. You all will become very familiar with her. She's great. She's very easy to work with, and I am always on standby for whatever is needed. So you are welcome to utilize the flyer to pre-qual, but I did want to let everybody know what might even be easier for you. If you go to our website and you go over to subcontractors, you'll see pre-qualification. You click on there. And that's going to give you basically the same information, but you're going to have a link that goes directly to Compass. So if you don't have a Compass profile, click here. What happens is it takes you to their screen. The reason why that specific link is so important is because when you click that link, it is specific to KL. So you will automatically be in our workflow with Compass. So we are able to follow up with you much easier. What happens is when you get to this screen is they ask you to register with them. Once your account is set up, you then have the process that it can be a little bit tedious to work through the first time around. They have you fill out something called the one form, which has, again, all the information that we talked about, financial, business related data, health and safety. And then they will ask you to attach some documents. So they'll ask you to attach financial documents as backup to the information that you enter in, EMR documents that service backup to those numbers that you inputted as well. So just different things like that. I know that there is a lot of sensitivities to some of those documents. So again, just, if you have some sensitivity to that, we might be able to work around it. So just reach out and let me know. Other than that, it's a pretty easy process. Like I said, I'm happy to put my information, or if everybody has my information, please feel free to reach out to me, and I'm happy to do a deeper dive if you would like to.
Okay, thank you, Shelley. Thank you, Emily and Emma. So at this point, a couple of things I'd like to go over. Just if there's any general questions that you guys have, I have Councilmember Lord has volunteered. There she is with the mic. Just raise your hand, she'll do it. But I think what you see here is our commitment with the team that we have here, providing this outreach. And don't worry, you don't have to take all those detailed notes. We're going to be uploading this to our YouTube, so that'll be something else. And before you leave, you'll see at the exit it says follow us on our social media. And that way you get to go ahead and sign up for our YouTube, and we're going to be broadcasting this out again on YouTube. So with that, I think we have the entire team here. We got Emma, Emily, Shelley, and Hans. Say that 3 times, right? Here to answer any questions. And Councilmember Lord, you got the running shoes on, right? Here we go. Okay, Councilmember Lord.
Good morning. Thank you for putting this together. My name is Juan Vila. What is the duration of this project?
Emma.
The duration. So as Hans mentioned, we're already about 1.5 years into this with the remediation, and that's phase 1. So phase 1 is going to wrap up in February, and then phase 2 we are expecting to be 18 months, 18 to 20 months.
Thank you.
Okay. Next.
Hi, good morning. Lucia Soria with Ramtech Construction. I have a couple of questions. Is the town going to employ a DPO program, a direct purchase order?
I know we talked about it internally. I know that we have a GMP contract with Kaufman Lynn for guarantee maximum price, but we've explored it already. If someone has a contract that's a SNAPS contract or Omni contract, that we could look at, and it's something that we think that that doesn't need as much oversight, then we would explore it. So it's not a no, but it's not a hard yes neither.
Right. It's just a way for you to save some money on taxes. So
Correct.
that was one question. The other question I had, is this going to be a CSIP project in terms of insurance, or is it going to be just regular insurance?
I'll hand that over to Hans.
Yeah, so that's something that we're still exploring as we, work through an amendment for the first contract. The first contract was not a CSIP or an OSIP, but as we go through budgeting, we'll find out what's best for the project and what's best for the town, and then we'll do that. But most likely it will be either or, a CSIP or OSIP.
It will be. Okay.
Yeah.
And then my last question, for phase 2, will there be an early works project for the civil?
That's a very, very good question. We're actually exploring that right now. Most likely, the underground utilities will be an early works package as we go vertical, but it's all going to be determined based on what gets permitted first, right? So I think we're closer with the underground right now. Once we have that, we'll move forward with that as we are going through the approval for the vertical portion.
Correct. And I think, and that's a great question, because I don't think I failed to mention that this whole property is designated a brownfield.
Okay.
So it is a brownfield. And as you guys know, that means we have to go through an extra layer of review through Miami-Dade County Durham, our friends at Miami-Dade County Durham, regarding that. So right now we're really, really close on getting the underground. So you'll hear me say at the dais here with the council, we've already almost done GMP1. GMP1 was all the underground, moving the dirt, 12.8 million. GMP number 2 will be once we have that permit in hand. It's really close. We've been, talking to Miami-Dade County Durham because of the drainage that it's in a brownfield. That's why you see some of my original renderings. I knew how to use this side. That was the master plan dream before, until there was arsenic in the water. No more lakes. Now I have.
More green space.
Yeah, and I heard somebody in the audience say, yeah, but imagine me telling my council that, right? And telling them there's going to be $12.8 million before you put the first brick in, right? So the good news is we have more green space for more parties, right? So I think that once we get that permit in hand, that'll be the second GMP, because that way we have it. And then while that's going on, the vertical designs are still, finalizing permitting, and it's already gone through 2 or 3 reviews from the town as well. So.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you.
No, it can't be this easy. I'm sure there's going to be other questions. I think the biggest thing for us is going to be, making sure that you register so you can get the video. Again, I don't have the typical, here's a sign-in sheet, might as well just, follow us on social media there, and Rod Gibson will be posting this later, and you'll see their presentations. But not only that, we'll make sure that in the body of it, we'll put all the contact information for Emily, Shelley, and Hans as well. So if there's no other questions, I mean, Oh, yeah, sorry, I forgot. It's like my open mic line. Yes, we also have some folks online. So Dan, Maurice, do you have any questions online before we go?
If there's anybody online that wants to ask any questions, please use the raise your hand feature and we'll call you out and let you ask your question. Okay, we have one.
Okay, let's go for it.
Mr. Levine.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for letting me participate remotely. I missed the first couple minutes. Did you cover relevant deadlines?
No, I don't think we covered that in the first couple of minutes. I think what I could have is Hans from Copland come up. I mean, I don't know if it's something that Emily or.
Yeah, Emily.
Yeah, so
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, Emily.
The bid due date for subcontractors is January 9th. We also have RFIs that have a due date. Those have just gotten moved to this coming Friday, RFIs. So any questions you have about specific scope, if you can get those over to us by then. Any other due dates that we're looking for?
And are there plans available online or through some other means of communication?
Yes. So the flyer that was sent out and that will be available to you, I believe Ralph had mentioned there'll be some information for you guys to get. There's a link there to our Building Connected plan room, and you can find this project and all the
Awesome.
information there. Okay,
Awesome. Thanks so much for revisiting that. Sorry I was late.
very welcome.
Not a problem. And also for the folks that are interested in find out our journey, I know I gave you the really 30-second journey. This is being passed out here from my executive assistant, Julia, in the back. There you go. Okay. Yeah, this kind of provides you our journey of Legacy Park, you know, and I think that's important because we want to be as transparent as possible. So again, if there's no other questions, oh yeah, go. Oh, my microphone. Hold on, here he comes. Hold on, wait, he's coming so you can pick you up. No, hold on. He's going to pick up the mic because the folks are very heavy. Go ahead.
Thank you, guys. So quick one. Bid due date is January 9. Following this board, design is not complete. So design completion is expected to happen soon. So what drawings are we going to be bidding on? Or design that is incomplete? What would be the...
Emily, you want to take that one? I know you have all the information.
Sure. Yeah, so the plans that you'll be working off are very close to complete. So we are looking for actual bids for these. Any possible revisions that may come out due to permitting or minor changes. Once we get this all put together, this budget based on the bids that you'll be we'll be receiving from you guys, we'll let you know if there are any revisions that need to be made. So it may just be come to you as, here's the final set, check it for any changes, let us know if your price has changed or if it's still holding. Okay.
So just to add to that, in this past year and a half that, you know, we've been working on that. So we've been working with conceptuals. We got past that. We've gone through design development. We got past. So we really have a set of construction documents right now that we could say are 95 to 99%. But as you know, you go through the permitting process and the municipalities and different AHJs will have their comments that we'll implement later on. And then you'll have by the time that you go to contract, you'll have 100% set of construction documents. All right. But what we have right now is pretty close to what's going to be built.
And just to add to that, I was just going to say, just to add to that, we have been through sort of a round of review on these documents from the AHJs. So it's not like they have not been seen. So, I mean, there's always additional comments, but we have gone through one round of review.
All right. Yeah, thank you, Emily. Thank you, Emma. I think my biggest goal as town manager is making sure that everybody's comfortable with the process. Just go home, get online. If you missed it, you'll see it in our YouTube channel there that we have, just to get comfortable on how to pre-qualify with Kaufman Lynn. That's my biggest goal is that once you're in that system, then it's your typical bid, right? Here's the plans, give us a price, et cetera, et cetera. But at least you were in that realm of how to participate. Because as town manager, I don't know if there's countless times that I would tell the mayor and council that I go to Chamber of Commerce meeting, hey, how do I get the opportunity to bid on that? Well, this is the opportunity. This is the opportunity. Kaufman Lynn is going to have a lot of pressure. That line that we drew in the sand of 49.9, that's it. It's 49.9. So whatever that underground civil is, minus is what's vertical. So as long as we still have carpet on the floor somewhere, right? So I just want to make sure we have that, right? I don't know how many trees we're going to have, but we'll have that. But I think that's important. The council debated that for a while, and we said that we're going to be very frugal and 49.9. So once again, if there's any questions, Hans will be here. He's able to answer questions, or he could put you in contact with his team. And on behalf of the Mayor and Town Council, thank you. Trying to get you out here a little bit earlier here. Thank you very much for attending.